Hey folks, this is the first time I'm going to be recording during the day actually. It's my first vlog during the day that I can think of, at least in recent memory. But anyways, it's day 11 and I wanted to continue on the topic that I think I barely covered. I just kind of mentioned it in the last video. Actually two topics. There's slip-ups versus relapses and P-subs. Now, for me, relapses is kind of, it's obvious, in this community we already kind of have an idea generally agreed upon as to what a relapse is. Kind of, straight up if you're doing Nofap and you fap, especially to porn, it's just straight up relapse. There's no real disagreement on that. But for me, slip ups has to do with P subs. Basically, like you get close to relapsing. You don't actually like. It's not. I'm not talking about edging or that sort of stuff, but anything where you're getting artificial stimulation, um, and it's not actually like what we call porn, um, but it's like essentially approximating it. Um, and honestly, like pretty much every time I can think of that I've actually like slipped or not slipped up, but I've relapsed. It's begun with though, trying to find substitutes and getting that stimulation, but actually a bit, at the same time like lying to myself and saying that, oh, this isn't important, but you can look at it, and you'll still get the same feeling or rush, and you're essentially playing with fire when you do that. And I think it kind of begs the question of what really is this whole nofap thing about? Why are we doing this? And I think it's really about trying to get back into really being alive and not just sitting in front of a screen. It's not just the whole sex thing. I mean, it's anything. It's like something that Shadow Grave. He's another guy. He did some YouTube videos back in the day. I don't know if he's really active anymore, but um, this whole topic kind of it brings me back to one of his videos where he said that the no fat movement should be really the no internet movement, and I think there's a kernel of truth to that because really like what we're getting at is removing artificial stimulation from our lives and actually getting back to really truly being alive and not sitting in front of a screen, locked away in our rooms, fantasizing about whatever. In this case, it's fantasizing about sex, but it could be anything really. Fantasizing about actually living your life and doing those things that you wish you could do, and instead of doing that, actually getting out there and making the efforts to really, gain those goals. And I'm having to add anything of peace up nature to my list of stuff just that's I gotta avoid. I gotta stay away from because the real goal for me is to get out there and actually live life. And as far as this aspect is concerned, I want an actual real relationship. I don't want to be like living in fear of rejection, living in fear of being not loved, and have those feelings come back to me from the girl I like. I do have a girlfriend now. It's been a long distance relationship, 2.5 years, and I just got to see her this last summer, and I can tell you just you know even that I am waiting until marriage and she is waiting until marriage, and it's been like that for both of us, for all of our lives, separately and together. It's not like I went over there and did the thing, but I can tell you that it felt just so much better to just actually be like in a real living relationship, and the long distance online aspect, from the before I went to Morocco, um, that I've got some freaking fly. I think it's one of those fruit flies buzzing around here. But anyways, the online aspect was real to me and to her as well. But really, like the contrast, like the 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 time that I was there, which was like really experiencing it versus like just thinking about it. It's something that I can look to define like why I'm doing this whole nofap thing. Why I'm on this path because as much as there's all those fears and anxieties that you have to face in order to actually really accomplish the goal that you're looking for, whatever it may be, um, it's ultimately worth it to go through all that to get to where things are real and you're actually living your life and you're really there. It's not just a movie. You're not sitting in a movie theater watching something on a silver screen, so to speak. It's your life, you know. So you got to keep in mind that with peace subs you're playing with fire and define that stuff as including things like twerking videos and anything that has I don't know how should put it. It's like that has the ability to plant the seed of fantasy, but it isn't necessarily fantasy itself. Like with porn, it's literally like you're it's like you're watching people have sex. But with peace subs, it's like, oh well, what will you be doing if you were in that room with that girl who's dancing like that or whatever, dressed scantily clad and all that. And it's kind of like a snowball effect. And you plant that seed, and then it grows and grows and grows. It rolls down the hill, and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually, you want the beat, you want that stuff, and it becomes. It's like I wouldn't say it's inevitable, but it makes it highly likely that you're gonna fail. You're gonna have that relapse. You're gonna have to slip up, and you're gonna be beating yourself up after the fact because you're like, what the hell, Like, didn't I see this coming? So that's something to keep in mind and something to avoid. But really, I think the biggest help is to try to get out there and actually experience real life, whatever that may be, and replace the or you use the time that you were losing to this bad habit towards productive things, towards whether it's working out or it's painting a picture or it's reading a book or studying for your classes or so. Which I hope that with the way this semester has gone for me and the fact that I'm probably ending up on academic probation, that next semester I'll be taking some easier classes and just trying to get off of AP. Um, I really, really want to go into that semester with like the momentum of having gotten through what it'll be. It'll be, assuming I don't relapse, it'll be close to 60 or 70 days of Nofap. Um, and learning from my past experience of having gotten to 54 days, what my mind is like at that point, and all the obstacles I'll have to overcome because it's you get to the point where you forget about why you were doing that and what it really was like, and then you end up slipping and relapsing, and it's like, oh crap, I just threw away all those days. You feel like it at least. Um, so yeah, stay away from P subs and know when you're slipping and get yourself out of the situation where you're slipping because even if it's just a P sub and you're not actually relapsing, you're heading in the wrong direction and you're really trying to get away from artificial stimulation and getting into living real, fulfilling lives. So that's the whole goal of NoFap, getting that real life and those real life accomplishments. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching my videos and have a nice day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is for you guys. Bye.